気をつけ。Right? お願いします。はじめまして。Let us begin. I got my brother back.
Back in the dojo. I missed it. Was on the road. But let me tell you, you've been holding it down. You've been absolutely killing it. I'm like in a hotel room in an obscure country, and I'm like, what is he wearing? Al Sharif Ouds.
Al Sharif, baby.
Atars.
Al Sharif.
And then you're just like throwing down all of these. Oh, with the initio.
Random. Come to the conclusion it might be real. It's definitely
I just
real.
smelled it. If it's a fake, it's a great fragrance if it's a fake. I mean, like, I would be happy to own a bottle of that if it were fake. So I think it was a good pickup, frankly.
For sure.
I've
just been trying to hold down the channel while he's gone, and he says I did a good job, guys. But thanks for your support, man.
Dude, I'm like a fan of the channel now. I almost want to go away so I can watch you do videos.
Oh, no, dude.
That's totally what it's all about. I was like, what's Sensei Christian got for me now? I'm like, refresh. Where's the short? Oh, man. But one of the cool things about traveling, though, is that I always like to plan out my fragrances.
Yeah,
right.
For sure.
So I knew how long I was going to be gone. It was a short trip. I like left super dark early on Wednesday, and then Thursday, Friday, actually back home Friday that way. So if you don't mind, I'll go over my fragrance rotation and give you maybe a little bit of my philosophy for packing. And this actually ties into fragrance addiction, because when you're on the road, it's all about the samples, right? I carry them like this. I usually carry them in a little baggie, because if you have a full bottle and it leaks on your clothes and you are on the road and you're going somewhere where you know you're not going to be able to buy decent clothes, then you're just up the creek and you're being a fool. So this way, if anything leaks because of the pressure in the cabin, it'll get caught in the bag. And even if it does, this will be a lot easier to wash out than a giant bottle.
Guys, disclaimer, I have no clue what he's going to show us here. So I haven't even seen what he's wearing. He made it a secret. Let's explore this together.
And just to be completely legit, I have a bunch of test strips that say fine fragrances. Thank you to the duty-free folks out there. I really appreciate you supporting the channel, whether you know it or not. But so I actually have a video presentation of my first fragrance. So what I do, so I'm up at 4 o'clock in the morning, got to catch a 6:10 flight. So what I do is I don't wear anything, because I know I'm going to an airport that has a good duty free. And sometimes you can like hit some like interesting perfumes that you can't find in the United States. Sometimes I found like a bottle of Chanel Pour Monsieur the Eau de Toilette. In the US, you can only get the Eau de Parfum. And sometimes you can get really baller sales on Tom Ford and other Estee Lauder stuff. But this is me right here spraying Dior Homme Original in the duty free. Look at that, applying it generously, giving the thumbs up, Sensei approved. You know, I never smelled Dior Homme Original, right? That throwback to Dior Homme, whatever, the last one before they changed it in 2020. We actually reviewed the 2020 and thought it was a great fragrance.
Oh, yeah.
And it was irisy. I think that we've been playing in the niche playground for so long that maybe it wasn't as exciting to me as it could be otherwise. So, well, I wore that on the flight, and then I got a chance to chill, and I had a dinner that night. So you go there, shower off, you want to relax, and then I'm like, all right, evening, I know we're going to a steakhouse. What should I wear? Well, this gave me a chance to check out Cafe Tabac by 80s David Nustes. I had gotten several samples earlier on last year, but just haven't gotten around to wearing them. And this has been intriguing me. I'm gonna spray this. So
sounds good.
So you can
smell it. I think the only one I tried, what was it? Amnesia Rose? What was it? Was that one by them?
Yes, I got this the same time I got Amnesia Rose. So take a smell of that, buddy.
Oh man,
So
I
now that-
like that. I was gonna say it smells like coffee, but chocolate maybe,
So
tobacco.
straight up, I put this on, was getting ready to get picked up, and I was like, oh no, I made a mistake. I was like, this tobacco is too raw. It's like so realistic. Like the woodiness is so grabby. It's got this almost
Like a headache.
cigarette-y kind of feel to it. It's got the dried plums. So it's supposed to be after
Like a tobacco vanille, royal bourbon, like a.
yeah, but this is Bertrand Duchefort, so it's earthier, and it's meant to smell like a bar where celebrities hang out, right? So check out these notes and let's see if you get them. So tobacco absolute, heck
yeah.
Peru balsam, cardamom, clove, bergamot, tamarind. I actually get that, right? It's like that tangy sweetness. Tar, dried date, dried fig, cocoa accord, burnt sugar, mango, beeswax absolute, apple divana, clary sage, vanilla, oak moss, cistus labdanum absolute, tonka bean, cedar wood, ambergris, cade, and a partridge in a pear tree.
Gosh.
What's cool that I've been sensitive to that cade note. The cade kind of pushes it.
Push. You know what? It kind of has the Salem green hide, smoky, not smoky, but that like what is that? That fresh, what is that? That hide has a similar feel. How it's kind of
Yes.
Like is there smoke in there? You said maybe it's dried.
It says
fig.
tar.
With the tar.
Yeah.
It almost has that. I don't know.
It's really
I don't have a lot of references on tar, but that smells
well.
good.
Everybody who knows what Amen smells like. I don't know if you've smelled Amen by Mugler has a tar note, but so I wore this and this wound up being a hit because I applied it in a certain way, right? So I got out of the shower and I'm Tom Cruising it because I'm all alone, just like dancing around. And I sprayed it on my body like this, and then I put my shirt on.
So you let it seep up almost.
So that it would be kind of, there's a barrier between me and the fragrance and the folks that I was
You're letting
with.
it heat up, but only the people that are close to you
Yes.
can get
I was trying to keep it close because if you get dressed and then you go bow, bow, 5 sprays of this,
crazy.
you might come off a little aggressive.
I can see you pulling that off in a bar. Like it was.
It's totally a great like bar, restaurant, like fun restaurant kind of fragrance.
It almost reminds me of like a latte dessert, like a chocolate dessert with a side of latte.
Absolutely. I mean, it's
Like more the end of the night dessert about to go out.
like right now I'm getting this mishmash. So the tobacco absolute is like ever present throughout the fragrance, which is great. But then like everything plays different underneath. Like I get the bottom, like the cade pushes, but now I'm getting labdanum and some fruits. So
It's kind of a common matchup though, right? I mean like the tobacco coffee. That's like a classic matchup. It's nothing too crazy, but they do it in a different.
coffee's not listed, but I think what you're getting
Oh wait,
is
I
that,
thought it was cafe.
so it's called Cafe
Cafe.
Tabac
Oh,
because
Cafe.
the place that the celebrities would hang out in was called Cafe Tabac.
Oh,
but
oh.
I'm pretty sure you're getting that burnt sugar note. We have a
So there's no
we have a
coffee
cheat
in
machine
there.
over here.
I get a coffee vibe. What about you? No.
Right now, I'm getting cedarwood. Right, there's some cedariness, a little like dried date sweetness. That bottom is pushing up, and then the tobacco on top.
Okay, maybe I'm getting no. I thought the tobacco kind of reminded me of coffee, and maybe it was just the name.
But when you spray it, well, there's a lot of, I mean,
There's a lot going on here.
there's a lot of notes, right? Because it's already changed. If you notice, the tobacco is not as aggressive. It just sits on top and it's a little more floral.
I'm more getting vanilla, fig, fruity, maybe the hint of cedar.
Yeah.
I'm getting this fruitiness that is kind of like a fruit bubble. That's
It's nice.
yeah, it is like a. Does it remind you of like a pipe tobacco because of the fruit, like because of the aromatics almost.
Right now it does, but not a cherry pipe tobacco. Like
Like
could
a plum, fig. It says fig or apple.
It's not as sweet as plum. To me, it's a little tangier. I think it's that tamarind, but it's that color of like tamarind. It's like dark
It
brown.
reminds me of the Royal Bourbon, how it had that alcohol-y bourbon smell,
Yeah.
vanilla. It's good.
This is good. We have like another wearing or two in there, but
Save that one.
I think it's ready to go. Then the next day. All right.
That was day one? Oh,
That was day one.
goodness.
2 on day one. I'll speed it up, I promise. The next day, I was just chilling in the hotel. I had some time in the morning to myself, and I've been trying to get my nose on this. This is Faces of Francis by Vilhelm Perfumerie. I bought this sample because I like the name, and I kind of like the concept. It's supposed to be about an artist. But I'm gonna tell you straight up, this thing confuses me.
Come on, Francis. Let's
Tell
see.
me what you get. Tell me what you get out of there, because I'll tell you what I get.
Wow, dude.
Right?
Guys, I say wow a lot. You gotta get over it.
So
I get like a Sprite soda, cola.
so that's the aldehydes on top. But do you get any cherry out of this? You're
Little
like
bit
the
of cherry.
master. There's no cherry in this.
I wanted to say like a cherry incense, but Sprite, like a Shirley Temple or something.
Yeah, it's definitely got the bubbly effervescence.
What? It almost smells like a soapy tube or something. I don't know. Is there oud in there? It smells oudy.
There's some oud in the bottom. I'll read the notes. So up top you have aldehydes and saffron, but it's not saffron
You know,
like I know
it
saffron.
It's kind of like a cherry oud for greatness, or a Sprite,
Oh.
isn't it?
Are you saying that?
It's
Are
like-
you saying that Vilhelm is copying Initio's homework here?
I'm not throwing
Ah.
shots at anybody.
You know what?
Isn't it?
Maybe
No.
a little bit, but
Wait,
I think the middle. So the middle's where they get different. So there's pistachio, toasted pistachio, and then they say juniper wood and driftwood. So I guess some nice saltiness. There is some saltiness.
so the
in
saffron is similar to the oud for greatness.
there. Yes. And then it says in the base there's oud wood.
Oud.
So that's probably a special kind of oud and not just like natural distilled. And then ambergris, cypriol, vetiver, and pyrogenic styrax.
So
whatever
two
that
things.
is.
How much does this go for?
What's the street? What's the retail is $275.
For
You can get it, I think, for half of that.
100 ml. Wow. And then, yeah, how much was the sample, or where did you even find the sample?
The sample I got from Twisted Lily, and I'm pretty sure the sample was like $8. You can go to the website.
You
and
can't go
check.
wrong with that.
No, because I really wanted to give it a try, and the only Vilhelm fragrance I had smelled before this was like black orange, and I wasn't really impressed by that.
You know what? I'm not getting cherry anymore. I'm getting It is confusing because it's very fresh, like a deodorant, but it's not deodorant. It's like a fresh saffron-y kind of
It's got a little
woody,
bit of
smoky, leathery,
Yeah,
but it's still fresh.
I just wasn't. I like it right now. It smells a little different here with you, and it smells different on strip. On skin, it changes really fast, and I think that it was the rapid pace of the change that was
Confusing, like
it was confusing me. It didn't help that I also like put this on and like worked out, so I might have like overheated it.
it almost has this Sprite bubbly vibe with like
That's
the
nice.
animalics. If
So-
it is animalic, I kind of get like some hairy,
Something hairy.
something hairy in there.
I think that's the
Dirty.
a little bit of the cypriol or Nagarmontha, right?
There's vetiver.
So then I had to go
Good.
to a meeting. And I was like, I need something that will just give me confidence and smell good and not put other people off, because I didn't know the people I was meeting. And I wanted something classic, but also...
He's an important guy, so he's got to smell important.
I'm not important.
He is super important.
I'm nobody.
Guys. Guys. This guy's important.
This guy's got him. He's out of control.
He's out
Anyway.
of control.
Brunello Cucinelli Pour Homme. I purchased this at retail at Brunello Cucinelli in Washington, D.C. earlier this year, April of last year, because I smelled it. And despite the fact that it being from Olivier Cresp, I think is the perfumer, look at this little guy.
Whoa.
Look at
Whoa,
that
look
guy.
at that bottle.
Look at the dent that I've put in it. Do you know why? Because this is a beautiful, manly, but not too manly
Whoa, look
fragrance.
at how you just put that down.
I
It
know.
started
It's
spinning.
rolling. Feel that, man. That's like straight up aluminum. That's machined.
How did you get that?
That's space age. But look,
Yeah,
hold
that's
on.
crazy.
You want to see something else? Watch this. Control, baby. Like this is like, look at the bottle. It's ribbed. The bottom is
Looks like a circular baby gray
Feel that.
vetiver. It looks like a gray vetiver.
Yes.
Baby.
Here, I'm
What?
sorry. I'm like hogging this.
You're Haagen-Dazsing it.
You got to smell it. I love this stuff. So, super simple. It's a men's cologne, but to me, it's special.
It is special. I don't know what the notes are, but this is manly.
So,
is this
it says that I'm reading from the website
is this
right
mossy? Moss and vetiver maybe?
now. Oh, we'll get there. So, I'm going to give you the top. Black pepper from Madagascar. So, you get
I
the
knew it.
So, you get the black pepper. Then bergamot from Calabria. I mean, it's a cologne, so it's got to have that bergamot, that citrus smell.
It does have a cologne smell.
And then it's got that ginger. I think that's why I like it, because it's got this 90s throwback to it. And I think
That
the
is
ginger
good,
is great.
dude. That is good.
It says the ginger's from Nigeria. That's cool. Then it's got juniper. I love junipers. It is slightly reminiscent, like ever so slightly reminiscent of Chanel's Paris Edinburgh. But then it's got cypress, angelica seeds, clary sage. I think the clary sage is what's giving you the moss. And then ambrox super. So like ambroxan smells like, I love ambroxan. And clearwood, which is a patchouli fraction. So they don't give you the full patchouli, they just give you a selection of it.
It's all misted over.
I know.
Look at that.
I'm gonna have to,
People will be smelling good rolling on the mat.
but I get a lot of pleasure out of this.
Where did you wear this
perfume.
one?
So I wore this on my first big meeting, and I was thoroughly pleased with myself the entire time.
I get a lemongrass sort of smell too.
Totally. I think that's the bergamot mixing with the ginger. This is like the ultimate dumb reach perfume, and I did the same spray routine, just around the body, then put the shirt on, and it didn't project beastly, but I knew I smelled good because the performance on this isn't super, you know, but I don't care.
That's a no-brainer.
That's
Quick no-brainer. I love it.
That's like, just have that in the arsenal. And
Suit and tie classic. You want to come off as a important guy like you are.
oh man, just confidence in a bottle. It's confidence. I mean, and I like it because, well, there's a story to it, right? Like, I know where I got it. I know the guy who sold it to me. If I need another bottle, I have his card. I'll call him and he'll ship it. But that was exactly what I was into.
Guys, awesome.
So then later that night, I was just freestyling at the hotel and just taking care of some work,
What's next?
catching up
man?
on
What's
everything.
next?
And then I'm trying out this. This is a Gallagher fragrance. This is Cadence. I just got this as a sample. This is his new fragrance, which I'll be straight up. The first time I smelled this, I did not like it at all because, well, I didn't like it. And I know that I like Gallagher fragrances, so I said to myself, all right, let's give this some time, and then we will go and spend some quality time with it. And I'm happy that I did, because I think this is a step forward even for Gallagher.
Weird things are coming to mind.
Tell me about it. Tell me, what's on your mind?
Air freshener.
Yes.
Incense sticks.
Yes.
Like the ones you dip in the liquids.
Yes.
But also beef jerky in the background.
Totally random.
But I don't know
Jerky
why
in
it
the
came to
background.
mind.
It's got a hint
Totally
of beef
not
jerky.
there. It's like soapy.
It's really soapy, right?
air freshener or oil diffuser thing.
So
Good though, I like it.
I'll get you.
I don't
you're
know
gonna
why
be
I'm getting the beef
surprised.
jerky, like a teriyaki beef jerky all the way in the back.
So check this out, right?
I have no clue, guys. Probably soap.
I know why you're getting the soapiness in the beef jerky.
Why am I getting
It's
beef
pepper. It's pepper. It's serrano peppers up top. Give it that kind of like hot, spicy smell. But then you have lavender. So it
I was gonna
smells
say
like,
lavender.
So it has like
a beef jerky lavender.
it's like a beef jerky soap.
It is,
Like,
man.
what kind of man doesn't want to wear a beef
I was
jerky
right.
soap? Get
I was
down.
right.
You were.
What?
This guy's got the best nose on YouTube.
You guys are,
Premium
Oh.
education here.
man.
then-
I'm like, why am I smelling some damn sweet and sour, spicy beef jerky with some lavender oil diffuser?
And then this is the one that's got me with the Kate in
I was
mind.
just spitballing.
Dude,
Crazy.
You have
Come on.
the best nose in this channel. And I think it's also the cinnamon and the pipe tobacco. So
I knew it.
this is a
What?
good like 6-hour wear for me. Or at least I wore it for about 6 hours. And
It's like a spicy lavender.
yeah, and it dies down. I don't like the opening as much as I like the rest of it. But
What a debacle.
it's
In a good
totally,
way.
it's totally that. And then I was thinking about you. So the next day I have to roll out, just literally wake up, get to my where I needed to be.
You were killing it, man.
Well, I'm thinking about you and thinking about them and thinking about smelling good. Like, I love this, right?
It's because you're addicted.
It's because I'm addicted.
It's
And I have
because-
all of these little
It's
bottles.
because you need the right perfume for the right occasion.
Oh yeah, I got problems. So I wore this because I know I love it. I shouldn't because there are people who say
'Cause
that
I
it's
like it.
garbage. But this is Luca Maffei, who's a master, and Antoine Lee's doing a rose oud for Houbigant's Oud Or. And I know that I could wear this oud and be around like civilians and nobody will be offended because it's Houbigant, it's gentlemanly. Picture rose oud gentlemanly style.
Or I get like a scotch or whiskey in there.
It's, yeah.
like a rose, if a scotch had a nice little rose petal on the glass.
Yeah. So I'm a big fan of the whole line.
So clean. Like a lot of these fragrances have been like super dry.
Yes.
Super dry.
A lot of vetiver in these. This one will absolutely dry out your nose. I'm actually getting a little soapiness to this as well. Like the rose is almost like a rose soap.
Why did you say it reminded me of you? Or you of me, sorry.
Well, because you're doing the year of the oud, man.
Oh, and just like the rose oud combo. I've
And-
never smelled this, I don't think.
So that's another fragrance, right? Here we'll read the idea. It
I
says
thought it was like OAR. It's literally OR.
it's Oud Or, so like gold ore, right? Enjoy this breathtaking stroll through time in a fascinating atmosphere of Middle East. Oud Or awakens your senses
Through time.
with its
It's
rich,
crazy.
woody, smoky facets.
Another manly beast.
Yeah,
Beast
it's-
like.
Look at that. They have the longest website in all the West here.
Houbigant.
It's woody, ambery. I don't really think so.
That's a crazy name, Houbigant.
We'll have to spend some more time with this house, but I like it because it's easy, it's inoffensive. I'm almost getting a little bit of saffron in this. I usually don't get the saffron, or like something like leathery that puts me in the mind of saffron. So, what do you think?
Alcohol-y, kind of salty or something.
I think so.
Kind of fresh, soapy. Dries out my nose. Very light smelling. Like it's heavy, but it's light.
Yeah.
Like I think of like a light wood or something. Like not something too dark. Do you get darkness? I get more like a light.
I think that gold reference, right? The Oud Or. I almost get some kind of golden citrus. Like this is a morning oud, which is a good thing. I wore it in the morning. So I'm enjoying that. And I just rode it all the way back here to the dojo.
So did you just pick these kind of randomly? Like, hey, I haven't tried these in a while, or did you try and plan it out?
So I tried to plan it out to wear some new things, but also know, like with the Brunello, like I can rely on this.
Like if none of them are a hit, you can
Like
go back to
if
that.
if I'm like getting freaked out, like having a panic attack because I don't know, should I wear the Gallagher or should I wear the 80s David Eustace? I'll just go for this.
Part of my addiction.
And the same thing with the Oud Or. I like wearing it. I don't think I'm gonna buy a full bottle of it, but I definitely want to enjoy it. And I have the secret weapon.
Like an old
Always
reliable.
here.
Oh, what's this? Another reliable?
This is
Before you say anything, let me get my nose. I'm gonna try and blind guess this one. How the heck am I supposed to do that? What is going on here? I want to say like oranges, but not. Like it's some like fresh citrusy, but not. I don't know what's going on. And that upsets me. I want to know.
Well, guess what, folks? He's not gonna know because this isn't the perfume that I thought I brought with me.
Really? Are you serious?
I don't know what the hell this is.
I don't either.
It smells like this actually smells like something from Clandestine because it's got
Like
musky
orange, like citrus musk.
Yeah. What I thought this was meant to be was Leonard Porome, like that leather chypre. This is definitely not a leather chypre.
Is that what you brought with you to the thing?
Yes, I didn't wear this.
You brought the wrong one.
I brought
with
the
you.
wrong one with me. Label your fragrances, people.
He goes, guys,
It's-
I got an old reliable, and it's the wrong one.
It's the wrong one. So you too can be duped by fake fragrances from your own collection if you have fragrance addiction. So now I have to go smell like many perfumes to match this up.
Which isn't a problem for you, because you're an addict.
I'm an addict. But that was my fragrance
Dude,
addiction.
crushed it.
So
How did everything go, by the way? How did everything go? Any compliments? Any confidence? Any more confidence because of these? Or
definitely the confidence.
Yeah.
Right? Because when you're dressed well and you smell good and you're meeting new people and people want to like you, right? That's the thing. Is
Look
like
good,
you
smell
start
good.
off at a high and all you can do is mess up. Right? They've already asked you to come. They're already confident in you to do the job.
I told you he's
And
important.
then-
They're asking him to show up. Let's go.
I mean, they're even giving me food.
Oh
but
my goodness.
but then you know, all you can do is mess up. So fragrance is a weird thing with people you don't know. Timing it. So I think I did okay. If I had a chance to do it again, would I get this exact same lineup? Probably not, but there'll be more travels actually soon, so there'll be another rotation.
It seems like they all served a purpose, though. I mean, that served a purpose for that trip.
Totally.
And they accomplished it.
And you know what? When I go back to these fragrances, this is what it's all about for me.
It's gonna bring the memory, right?
I'll remember the next time I wear Cafe Tabac that where I was and who I was with.
Dude, that's
and
awesome.
At the dinner. And
that's
what,
awesome.
And that's what Perfume's
awesome.
all about.
Yeah, it brings you back to that time you were, hey, when I went on that trip, being the important guy I am, traveling the world, it brings me back across the world, baby. Being important.
Since
It is what it is, man.
You're a wild man.
All
right.
Should we end this one?
Yeah, let's end this
Let's end this one here,
Yeah,
guys.
that's a high note. All right, bro.
I'm glad to have this guy back, baby.
Oh, it's so good to be back in the... Dude, he just ran me into the ground tonight training. But enough of that.
All right, guys. Any questions, comments, concerns for Sensei Grant over here?
What do you like traveling with? Do you have any travel tips for fragrances? Do you have any travel nightmare stories?
Do you have special contraptions to bring all your perfumes with you, or are you bringing samples only?
Are you bold? Are you putting that 100 ml bottle like in your carry-on bag?
There's been times I shoved the whole baccarat, the big thing, in the travel. I brought it with me.
Dude.
Yes. Like $600 bottle
gambling.
right in there.
You are gambling.
Yup.
Yo, dude,
Made it there safe.
A little turbulence, and that would be the best smelling airplane in all of the friendly
It
skies.
survived. That thing's a beast.
I love traveling. I love perfume.
Guys. All right.
We'll see you next time.
Kochi. Right? Tomo.
Arigato gozaimasu.
All right, guys.